Hey everybody, this is Jesse here at Jesse Lee Strength and Fitness. Today is Monday, so today is my Zone 2 training day. So where I'm going out for, today turned out to be about 3.3 miles for a nice long Zone 2 cardio day um, after my Sacred Sunday yesterday. So just as a recap, 2 lifts during the weekdays, 1 lift during the weekend, and one Zone 2 run day during the week. So typically these are going to be on Mondays. And that Zone 2 training will mostly be running, but I will try doing some rucking as well. I do have a bit of kind of a recap for today, so that does kind of summarize a little bit. Definitely a few things affected the heart rate today. I felt like it was a little hard initially to keep my heart rate down. It was kind of spiking. Two things I associate that to, I think sleep a little bit, and also food. So I'm noticing that anytime, like on the weekend, also there was a birthday party, so there was cake and cookies. So if those two things are in there, my next kind of cardiovascular day after those food days, typically my heart rate is harder to control and it stays elevated a little bit. So which then in turn kind of affects my sleep and then in turn kind of affects my run. So one thing I need to probably do, which I said probably there, so that's classic coaching, is I'm on the fence on these things. I've don't drink alcohol. I've been sober now for 3 years, and so I think sweets is the one place where I give myself a little bit of leeway. So on the weekends, we typically go to a nice bakery. We have some things, or this weekend we had a birthday celebration, so we ate some nice cake. But I do feel like those things particularly affect my blood sugar, which then affects my heart and also affects my sleep. And so just some noticings, just got to work on managing that in regards to, because I do really well during the week and then the weekends kind of get a little dicey. I'm sure you guys can relate. So just that it does affect my performance. So that's one of the main things I noticed today was making sure like it was a little harder to go slow enough to keep that heart rate low, to stay in that Zone 2 training. And then once I kind of got into the runaways, then I was able to settle in and I had a more, I guess, easier time staying in that Zone 2. So initially, heart rate was harder to control. I noticed that even when I was walking out, the heart was kind of elevated. I was like, oh boy, here we go. So that being said, noticing those two things, I think the diet is definitely a big part of it. Probably it's just some highly processed sugars and some things like that, which affect my body, which affects my running, which affects the end result. So after that rant, let's just recap this. Um, the warm up, I walked about a half mile, so 0.53 down to the trailhead. I started my Zone 2 run, 3.3 miles. So last week I did 2.5. I think I'm going to try to stick with this range of about 3 to 4 miles for my running. And we'll just see. I might end up adding more cardio. I might go back, just doing a little bit more intensive training, but we're going to run this Zone 2 for a while and just kind of see how things fare out. And then a cool down walk was 0.6. So a total mile coverage, 4.46 miles today, and about an hour. So 53 minutes and 30 seconds. So it still does take a big chunk of time. That's the one thing I feel like running, it's a lot of time out there. It's a lot of time just with yourself. So I try to use it as a bit of a meditation to just kind of not think, just to watch the sky and the birds and listen to the birds and feel my breathing and those types of things. So just using it as a meditation as well as some cardiovascular. So I spent most of the run. Obviously, this is not the run. This is the total workout. So I don't know exactly what the total workout would be. Would it be, so the Zone 2 was most of it, so 25 minutes. Zone 3, it looks like I spent 10 minutes in Zone 3 and about 22 seconds in Zone 4. So you can see my heart, it was a little bit of a hard time keeping it in that Zone 2 today. And my average pace was about 10 minutes and 31 seconds. So those are some pretty slow miles for me. I'm used to running in the 6s and the 7s and the 8s. But I'm giving this Zone 2 a try. I did get a nice sweat on. It did feel good generally. I'm trying to conserve my legs for my lifting. So that's the big difference here. When I go out and really push it on the runs, I tend to like squash my legs, and that affects my squat day. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, is just keep the main thing. And then right now the main thing is get strong with a little cardio. All right. Well, I hope that helps. Thank you so much.